Hi, everyone. I'm Angela Daly, and I'm the owner and publisher of West Georgia Woman Magazine. And today we have a very special guest with us, Mr. Ken Denney, who is actually working with West Georgia Woman Magazine as our project manager on a very special publication, actually a once-in-a-lifetime publication, our 200-year bicentennial of Carroll County. Welcome, Ken.
Well, thank you. Thank you for having me here.
Thank you so much for being here.
I'm happy to be here.
Well, tell me a little bit about what you've been working on with our bicentennial issue.
Well,
now this is the official Carroll County bicentennial issue.
Well, I'm glad to hear that. I know that the county is planning some sorts of celebrations, but this is not connected with that. But that's fine. I hope that it complements everything that they do. This is, as you just said, a once-in-a-lifetime anniversary. This is the 200th anniversary of Carroll County, which was founded in December of 1826 by a legislative act. So we've had 200 years of history in this county, some of the most amazing things, some of the most terrible tragedies, some of the most incredible victories, if you would say. We've survived a lot in this county, and I'm sure that we will go through a lot more of that as we go into the next 200 years.
So I've seen some of your work so far, and I am super excited about it because you have about 81 pages, and we're not even halfway done yet.
Yeah, I was educated at Central High School, and I think that I can say that 81 pages is less than 200 pages.
Right. So that's what it's going to be. It's going to be a very thick issue, very special. 200 pages, really nice quality paper.
Right.
It's going to be a keepsake.
I hope that people will be able to keep it for a long time. I hope that people will be able to use it in classrooms. I hope that the county and the city will be able to use it as a marketing tool to show everyone what a remarkable place Carroll County is and a place to invest.
Well, sounds great. Thank you so much for your hard work. I know we still have a lot more to do. I still have to do ad sales on that. So we are offering limited spots for ad sales in the bicentennial issue. And just stay tuned. If you'd like to learn more information, you can email me at angela@westgeorgiawoman.com regarding advertising in this special issue. We only have limited spots. So if you do have an interest, just send me an email.
Yes, it's a lot of history to cover in only 200 pages. So the space is at a premium.
Right. Yeah, of course. Yeah. Well, tell me a little bit about you, Ken.
What would you like to know?
I want to know where you were born and raised.
Right here in Carrollton, Georgia.
Oh, in Carrollton.
Right.
Okay. And your family?
Just up the road in Bowden Junction.
Oh, Bowden Junction. Okay. And so, but you have a lot of family in Roopville, right?
I do. We have been fruitful and multiplied across from Heard County into Carroll County over about as long as Carroll County has been in existence.
Oh, wow. So they were some of the first settlers.
They were spillovers from Heard County. Let's just put it that way.
All right, cool. So are you married?
I am not. I'm happily divorced.
Oh, okay. Yeah, most of us are happily divorced. Children?
No children. No.
Siblings?
Yes, one brother. He is a literal rocket scientist. He is an aerospace engineer. He works for Georgia Tech, and he lives in Decatur.
Oh, wow. That is so cool. So your brother's a rocket scientist.
Yes.
And then you went into
newspapers.
Writing.
He's a rocket scientist. I'm the broken down newspaper man.
So what have you? What's your story as far as like how? I know you've worked in newspapers most of your life.
My entire life, or in communications,
magazines, that type of thing.
Right.
So tell me about how you started.
I started in 1979, July 1979, at the Augusta newspapers.
Okay.
And I worked there as a newspaper reporter.
How old were you?
Oh, I was very young. I was in my very early 20s when I got started there. I graduated from the University of Georgia in 79. So I started that same summer, right after I graduated. And I worked there for, well, I'm not sure how many years I worked there, but I eventually became one of the city editor for the most. I think we call it the metropolitan editor, but most people would know the same job as a city editor. So I continued to work there, and then, my mom started to have some health issues, so I thought it would be good if I moved closer home. So I worked at the Marietta newspaper for a little bit.
Oh, the Marietta Daily Journal.
Daily Journal, yes. That was when Otis Brumby was still alive. We won't talk anything about him. But
our copy editor, Shala Rathke, worked at the Marietta Daily Journal for about 20 years.
Oh, wow. Well, I'm sure she's got lots of Otis stories. And they're all true, no matter how outlandish they are. But then I got an offer from the New York Times Company to go work for the Gwinnett Daily News, which they owned.
Okay.
And they were involved in a heavy competition with the Atlanta Journal-Constitution to try to take over the whole northern Atlanta market. So I worked there for about 2 years before the New York Times gave up. And and we were all out of jobs. But
oh my gosh.
I landed on my feet very quickly. I started a partnership with a lady named Brenda Fontaine. She had a company that was a professional media relations company for lawyers, of all things. And she brought me in because some of the things that I had done while I was a reporter was I covered courts and legal affairs. So I had the experiences both as a newspaper person and as in legal stuff. In other words, I could speak law.
Right, yeah.
So we had a very successful business, which I eventually took over, and we marketed and did media relations for trial lawyers all over the country. We got media placements for them in such places as the New York Times and CBS News and NBC News and things like that. So it was a really, really nice gig. And eventually I sold that business and moved back to Carrollton because I was based in Atlanta. I was saying, well, I own property in Carroll County. Why am I spending time in Atlanta traffic?
Right.
So I came here with the intent to be retired at that point, and the retirement did not last at all.
Did you just get bored?
I got bored. I had to have something to do. So a local newspaper was able to give me a job for a little bit, and I worked there for a while and edited their magazine. That's how I got some of the experience for this project. And then I went to work for the city of Villa Rica for a little while.
Yep.
Until
you were there for a hot minute.
For a hot minute. And then they decided that they really did not want what I was interested in providing them.
Yeah.
So I walked away from that and walked right into your life and producing this project for you.
That. Yeah, that's good.
So that's my whole life in a
nutshell.
In a nutshell.
I'm sure there's a lot more to it that.
I bet.
Yeah. So, what made you decide to go from newspaper to the communications side of that?
Well, as I mentioned, I had a marketing firm and media relations firm, and I knew that cities and county governments in general, they have a real problem with communicating what they are trying to do with the citizenry. And most of the people who live in communities, they like to complain about their governments, sometimes with some justification, but often not with any justification. Because if they understood the mechanics of what was going on behind the scenes, the very strict limits on what they're able to do under the law, then perhaps they'd be a bit more understanding.
Right.
So my attempt was to try to improve the communications for the city of Villa Rica so that they could also have some support in marketing themselves to get outside investments and bring in, the kind of building projects that everyone in the city would be proud of. But the current administration did not see it that way.
Okay. Well, I'm glad you're here anyway.
Well, thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. So, tell me a little bit more about you. What about your? So you live in Roopville now,
I live in Roopville on
and
the
this
old
is
family farm.
land, old family farm. Do you have an actual farm, or do you?
We grow pine trees in great abundance on very rocky soil. But my grandfather, G. Melvin Denney, my father was G. Melvin Denney, if anyone remembers him. He worked for Southwire for a bit.
Oh.
And his father, L.G. Lewis Garvey Denney, was at one time tax commissioner here in Carroll County.
Oh, wow.
Way back in the early 40s. So when he married his bride in 1914, they moved into what was then a corn crib. It's very ramshackle, but they renovated that building into a house, and they raised 8 children in that house.
Wow.
My father being among them. And they were like the second generation Denneys, as I said, the ones that spilled over from Heard County into Carroll County. And they raised a family that is still very large, and we're all over the place. If everyone asks me, are you related to so-and-so and so-and-so? And I always say yes, even though I have no idea if that's true or not, because I probably am.
You're right. Yeah. That's so different from my family. My family is very, very small. We, we have, on both sides, we just have a really small family. And no one is here. Like, none of our family is here, except for my immediate family. My kids, my grandchildren, and my mom is here. But, yeah, everyone else is Iowa and Nebraska. And,
wow.
Yeah. For some reason, like, the Brooks side of our family, they were born in South Georgia, Alma. And like most of those people from Alma just moved up north for some reason. I have no idea why. I mean, I can't imagine moving up north because of the weather, but yeah, so we just really don't. And my mom's side of the family lives in North Georgia, so nobody's nearby.
I like to think that my family is sort of like similar to what the history of Carroll County is, to bring it back to the subject. Both my parents were involved they were sharecroppers or somewhat. My grandfather, the one that I just mentioned, he had a cotton farm. All of his 8 children were out there farming cotton on that very unsuitable land.
Wow.
For that. It was a tough struggle through the Depression. It was not for companies like Southwire or Sewell Mills or something like that to get both of my sets of parents out of the farming business. Then I don't know where I would be today. I mean, who knows? I mean, those companies are what lifted so many people here out of poverty.
Right.
And out of you could just lose an entire crop with a bad rainstorm.
Right, yeah.
And with the steady money that those companies were able to provide them, they were able to send folks like me to school, and now we've got a rocket scientist in the family.
Right,
so,
yeah. No, I know. They've just, they're so instrumental in helping our county grow, and we just appreciate Southwire and all those businesses. And I mean, Southwire, isn't who's the man who started Southwire? Richards.
Roy Richards.
Roy Richards. Now, he brought electricity here too?
He helped electrify Carroll County, absolutely.
Because his grandmother didn't have electricity.
That was the story that they have, and I will defer to the Southwire people to tell this story better. But of course, electricity had been available in Carrollton for a long time. Carrollton had electricity for quite a while, and from around the turn of the century. But that was not a reality out in the farms and the farmlands. And where Mr. Richards' family was, that was an impossibility. There was literally no chance for anyone to have, hydroelectric power or steam-generated power. It was just impossible. But sometime just before World War II, there was an effort by the Roosevelt administration called the REA, the Rural Electrification Association. They granted bonds and loans to small communities like Carroll County to build electric transmission. So Mr. Richards, the Carrollton people received a grant from the federal government to start electrifying the rest of the county, and Mr. Richards and his brother had a contracting company, and they contracted with the county to string wires all across the southern part of the county, including, as you say, his grandmother, his mother's farm. So because of Mr. Richards, a lot of the people were able to enjoy the electric benefits. That made farming so much easier for a lot of people, and it made education more possible and more feasible for a lot of people. So yes, we do owe a great deal of thanks to the Richards family and their beginnings, and of course he employed a lot of people, including my father, at what my father called the wire mill. And now it's a very large company that has operations all over the world.
Yep.
So
pretty amazing.
That's just an example, though, of some of the things that Carroll County has produced. It's absolutely amazing, the intersection points that we've had with different points of history. We started out as at a collision point in the early 1800s between the Creek Nation, which is the territory that we're living in now, was former Creek territory, the Cherokee Nation, which was north of Carroll County, where its border is, and then the state of Georgia, which is everything to the west. And we were at a collision point at those three cultures. And that's how the county began. So this project that I'm doing, it hopefully tells the story in as complete detail as possible, in only 200 pages, to expound on that history and to discuss all the many things that we've had. I mean, think of some of the people who have crossed here. We've had Norman Rockwell, the great artist from the Saturday Evening Post, came here and did a painting. We had Franklin Roosevelt, President of the United States, who came and spoke at the commencement address for the A&M school, now later West Georgia College, now the University of West Georgia. Then we had Robert F. Kennedy, the brother of the president, who came and spoke at the dedication of the Kennedy Chapel on the University of West Georgia campus. We've had so many people who have come through here who have had claims to fame. We've had future presidents who came as candidates who came through here. We've had governors and all. I've left Susan Hayward out entirely. There's a very major. She only lived here for a short time, but she made an impression that still exists today.
Right.
So,
and she's buried at the local Catholic church.
She is buried at Our Lady of Perpetual Help, and for reasons that even her family don't understand, except that apparently the man that she met and married from here, F. Eaton Chalkley, he was the man in her life.
Right.
So she wanted to be with him.
Oh.
Yes. So,
good story. I know you're going to include a lot about her as well.
I'm going to include as much as I can, yes.
You have a lot of different things in this project. I mean, as I was scrolling through it earlier, there are some firsts that you talk about. Like, for instance, in 2019, we had our first elected county commission chair, female, Michelle Morgan, and then our first elected mayor of Carrollton.
Woman. Yes, female woman, yes.
Yeah, Betty Kaysen. So that's exciting. You have all those firsts in there. You have odd people in there?
There are some characters that are going to be in here. I'll be
Not all necessarily odd. I'm sorry. I should have
Well,
said character.
There are some characters in the sense that most people mean when they say character, and then there is just some incredible personalities.
Right, yeah.
For example, Thomas Dorsey, the father of gospel music, was born in Villa Rica. Kurt Russell's father played baseball in Carroll County, in Carrollton.
I had no idea.
I didn't know that either until I
crazy.
started this project.
Wow.
Bing Russell was a baseball player here in Carrollton for when we had a semi-pro team. We have a lady whose name escapes me, who was a movie star, starred in many movies. We had, just a lot of different people. And if you want to know, just pick up a copy of this magazine.
Absolutely, yeah.
When your AC quits in the middle of the southern heat, you don't have time to sweat it out. At Addison Smith, we bring fast, friendly, and fixed right the first time service to homes and businesses across West Georgia and East Alabama. We're local pros who know southern heat like the back of our hand, handling everything from seasonal AC tune-ups to plumbing repairs with care you can trust. With clear, upfront pricing, no sweaty surprises, and a team always on call for those "my AC just died" moments. Keeping your home or business comfortable has never been easier. At Addison Smith, we believe our customers should be worry-free. That's why we back every service call with a 100% satisfaction guarantee. This summer, schedule your service and get a free service call with any repair. For 24/7 service you can count on, call us today at 770-821-6890 or visit our website at addisonsmith.net. Addison Smith, your local experts in comfort, reliability, and care.
Miss Mahaley Lancaster is also in here. She's one of my favorite people. Some people in town may have heard of a band called Mahalia's Grave.
Yes.
Well, it's because Mahaley Lancaster, who is one of the most sincerely original people that I've ever heard of in Carrollton. She was a trailblazer for her time. She was an attorney. She was a school teacher. She was an advocate for the downtrodden. But most people just think of her as a strange lady who foresaw the future.
Right, yeah.
She was a fortune teller. She was a performance artist, I suppose you could say. She's not strictly from Carroll County. She's just over the border in Heard County, but she spent a lot of her time in Carrollton. She is most famous for her role in the murder in Coweta County in 1948, when she was consulted by both the murderer and by the sheriff who was trying to catch the murderer.
Oh, wow.
So she had an interesting tale to tell, but she is truly one of the most remarkable people that I've ever heard of.
I had no idea she was an attorney.
Oh, yes. She was one of the first women attorneys in the state.
Wow.
So we've had people like that. We've also had the Goat Man.
Yes.
Some people have heard of him. Some fewer people now, but he was not also from Carroll County, but he also came through quite often. I remember seeing him myself when I was a small person. So we've had some truly odd people, or, well, I'd call them characters.
Right, yeah. I know Blaze Foley.
Blaze Foley, yes.
Famous country western singer.
Absolutely. We've had some other...
He lived in Whitesburg in a tree.
He lived in a tree
house.
in a tree in Whitesburg, absolutely.
With Sybil Rosen, I think.
With Sybil Rosen,
Yeah.
yes. We've had other performers, too, whose names escape me at the moment. We've had some famous musicians, some famous movie stars, some television actors, some Olympians who came through here. Catherine Hardy won in I think it was the 1952 Helsinki Olympics.
Oh, wow.
She took gold in a relay race there, but we've had Olympic champions since then as well. So it's
so cool. And we're talking about all that?
we're going
in
to talk
this,
about
or most of it?
Yes, we're going to. Everything that I've mentioned so far are in the book, and one of the things that I'm very concerned though is I'm going to miss some things that people are going to say, well, you didn't say this, you didn't say this. Well, I tried. That's my only answer.
Yeah.
It's sort of like working in a triage at the hospital.
Yeah.
You have all this information, and you can only give so much attention to what material you have.
Right.
But it's not my fault that Carrollton and Carroll County has such a rich history. I'm just trying to put it together
Condense
in one
it all.
book. Yes.
So when you came to me last year to talk about this bicentennial issue, I thought, this guy's got to be crazy. Like, there's 200 years of content. How are we ever going to pull something like this off? And why does he even care anyway? Even though it's super cool. I love it. But tell me why. Why are you so interested in history and telling the story of Carroll County?
Well, one of the things I was able to do when I moved back from my retirement that did not stick was was able to start writing stories about things that I had always been interested in when I grew up here. Like, why do we have this? Why was there a person named Mahaley Lancaster? Why was a goat man or something like why did we have these things? Where did Southwire come from? Where did Carroll EMC come from?
Yes.
Where did this church come from? What was Susan Hayward? What was her story? And I didn't know any of this when I started, and I just had the opportunity to start satisfying myself about those aspects of Carroll County history and to write about them. And some people have been complimentary about my ability to do so. So it's just it has been a topic that has always interested me. And I'm grateful to you and, to give me the opportunity to tell the unvarnished truth about Carroll County. There are many, 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 many things to be proud of, but there are some things that we should be very concerned that we don't forget.
Right, exactly.
There have been disasters, literal disasters. We've had tornadoes, and we've had a massive explosion in Villa Rica that killed so many people.
Yes.
But we've had so many great things that have happened. We've built a gigantic corporation here that gives employment to people all over the world. We've had people who have come here and grew up here who have now gone on beyond Carroll County and have made an impact on the rest of the world. So it's a living connection. Our past is our past. We can't change it. We are all of us. We are the sum total of everything that we've done, all the good things that we've done, all the bad things that we've done.
Right.
We've hurt people in our lives. That's all part of our history, but we've also brought joy to other people's. So by holding all of that history in ourselves, it's just the same thing for the county or for our country or for our planet. We're all the sum total of everything that we've done. And if we don't learn from our past, we don't proceed forward into the future. So that's what I hope that's the message that I hope people come from this.
Well, I can't wait to read it. I can't wait and I'm so lucky I'll get to see it before it even gets sent to print.
You will.
And of course, we still have to do a lot with it, but you've been working on this we talked, when did we meet? Last year?
It was last year when we first started
almost
discussing
a year
this project, yes.
That we've been talking and kind of working a little bit on it. And then you started really full-time, hot and heavy working on it in November of last year.
In November, it's been... I'm now putting everything together. So what you saw today was what I've done so far.
And it looks amazing.
Well, thank you.
Love it. Very excited about it. And thank you so much for your hard work. I mean, I don't know that people really realize how much work you've put into this. And it's probably more of a labor of love than anything. So I appreciate you. I really, really hope the residents of Carroll County and the city and the county and the colleges. I hope they all really appreciate the hard work you've put into this, because this is going to be an amazing project.
Well, thank you.
Thank you. I appreciate you being here.
I appreciate you having me here, and I'm looking forward to giving this so everyone can see it.
I know. I'm excited. I can't wait. Thank you, Ken.
Thank you.
Hi there. Welcome to the West Georgia Woman Magazine podcast, where stories come to life and the voices of our community take center stage. Hosted right here in West Georgia, each episode brings you meaningful conversations with inspiring individuals, local business owners, community leaders, and creative minds who are making a difference every day. We explore their journeys, celebrate their successes, and hear the stories behind what they've built, what they've overcome, and what's still to come. From entrepreneurship and leadership to family, lifestyle, and personal growth, every episode is designed to inform, inspire, and connect our community. Listen to the West Georgia Woman Magazine podcast on Podbean or wherever you enjoy your favorite podcasts, and hit follow so you never miss an episode. And be sure to connect with us online at westgeorgiawoman.com for the latest feature stories, community events, and local highlights. The West Georgia Woman Magazine podcast, a place where our community's stories are heard, celebrated, and shared.